Dustin was in a dilemma. Dahlia, you know I'm only average at martial arts. I've never been a chief security officer before. Don't you think I'm not suited for that post? He was good at fighting and treating illnesses, but he had no experience holding an executive position in a company. It just didn't feel right. You just need to be good at fighting. Dahlia smiled at him. You don't need to do anything. You just need to oversee safety matters and, at the same time, protect me from harm. Dustin didn't know what to say. Me. If you don't want to do it, fine. She pulled a long face. I'll just die a quick death if someone wants to harm me. It's no big deal. Come on, it's not that serious. His eyes twitched. Dahlia responded, You're right, it's not that serious. Nicholson Corporation has tens of billions in assets. Of course, I don't need any protection as the newly appointed chairman. It's not like anyone is after their shares. Please. Just remember to collect my body when I'm assassinated. Stop speaking like that. All right, I'll do it, okay? He smiled bitterly. This woman had started learning some tricks. Don't force yourself. I don't want you to regret your decision. Dahlia said. Dustin shook his head continuously. I'm not forcing myself. And I won't regret it. All right. You're the one who said it. I didn't force you. She immediately flashed a beautiful smile. He was helpless. I feel like I've fallen into your trap. You should be grateful. There are people waiting for the opportunity to be trapped. She looked up at him proudly. Not to mention, I'll treat you well. I didn't prepare any gifts today, so I'll give you a small reward first. She stood up on her tiptoes and swiftly landed a peck on his cheek. As she drew back, a waft of a light fragrance followed. Dustin froze and looked at her funny. Dahlia, you seem to have turned into a delinquent. Don't guys like delinquent girls? Dahlia retorted wittily. However, her face turned bright red. In the end, she wasn't able to act freely without restraint like Natasha could. Dustin was thinking of a response when his phone suddenly rang. It was a call from Patrick. Hello, Dustin? Sorry for bothering you. It's okay. Is there anything I can help you with, Patrick? Dustin's tone was pleasant. Well, the thing is, even though my grandfather's condition has stabilized, he's been coughing non-stop these past few days, and he doesn't seem to be in good spirits either. I recalled that you mentioned he needs to take some medicinal wine. Medicinal wine? Dustin was confused for a moment before it hit him. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been so busy these past 2 days that I've forgotten about it. But no worries, I've had it brewed beforehand. I'll get someone to deliver it to you immediately. I see. Sorry for the trouble. Patrick breathed a sigh of relief. It's no trouble. It's an oversight on my part. Dustin felt embarrassed. Because of the Harmons' annual family gathering, he'd forgotten about the Hill family. After he hung up, he made a call to Edmund. Hello, Mr. Robinson. Can you help me check if the medicinal wine I left in the kitchen is still there? Very soon, Edmund responded, It's here. What should I do with it, Mr. Rhys? I'm unable to leave at the moment. Could you please help me deliver the medicinal wine to Patrick Hill at the Hill family residence? Edmund agreed immediately. No problem. I'll go right away. 30 minutes later, a Mazda came to a slow stop in front of the gates of the Hill family residence. The car door opened, and Edmund got off carefully while carrying the medicinal wine in his arms. Hey, what are you here for? The guard by the gates yelled. Edmund smiled apologetically. Sir, I'm here to deliver wine to Sir Patrick Hill on Mr. Rhys' orders. For an affluent family like the Hills, even the guards thought that they were above others. Mr. Rhys? Which Rhys? The guard questioned. Mr. Dustin Rhys. Who's Dustin Rhys? I've never heard of him. Get lost, and don't be an eyesore. The guard lambasted. Every day, many people sent gifts to the Hill family. It had already become a regular occurrence for them. But Mr. Rhys instructed me to deliver this to Sir Patrick personally. Edmund was in a hard spot. Hey, do you not understand what I said? I told you to get lost. The guard was getting impatient. Edmund was nervous and shrank back in slight fear. Could you kindly deliver the message at least? Who are you to ask me to deliver a message? Get lost before I lose my cool. The guard's expression was cold. What's the noise about? At that moment, a tall, well-built man walked out. The previously upset guard immediately greeted him with a smile. Mr. Torben, it's nothing. A beggar is being rowdy and wants to pass a gift to Mr. Patrick. I'll get him to leave immediately. Hold up. Torben raised his hand to stop him and turned his attention toward Edmund. You know Patrick? No. Edmund shook his head, his expression filled with fear. Mr. Rhys asked me to pass a bottle of medicinal wine to Sir Patrick. Could you kindly pass on the message? Dustin. A cold glint flashed through his eyes. So you were sent by him. It seems like you are acquainted with Mr. Rhys. Thank God. Edmund was relieved, thinking he had met a savior. Thank God. He sneered. You mentioned a bottle of medicinal wine. It's for Patrick? Edmund nodded. That's right. It's not poisoned, is it? Torben narrowed his eyes. Poisoned? Edmund was taken aback and waved his hands in panic. That's impossible. This is a medicinal wine to treat the sick. How could it contain poison? Really? Why don't you try it then? He smiled mockingly. Edmund smiled apologetically. This is medicinal wine for Sir Patrick. A person of my status can't drink it. What? You're not going to listen to me? Torben's expression turned dark. You not drinking just proves that the medicinal wine is suspicious. Someone, take him away. No, no, no. I'll drink. Edmund panicked and opened up the bottle in a hurry before taking a sip. That's too little. Finish the whole bottle, Torben ordered. What? Edmund was shocked and at a loss. He would most probably collapse if he finished the whole bottle. Not going to drink? Let me help you out personally. Torben grinned, then grabbed a fistful of Edmund's hair and pulled his head down so his mouth was facing upward. At the same time, he grabbed the medicinal wine and forced it down his throat. As the wine went down his pipes, Edmund coughed and choked uncontrollably until his face flushed red. He appeared extremely tormented. Torben bellowed in laughter. Drink up. Finish it all, buddy. The sounds of his laughter never stopped as he continued forcing the remaining wine down his throat. He appeared exhilarated, as if tormenting others was a fun activity. Torben didn't seem satisfied even after he emptied the bottle. He snapped his fingers as he ordered, "This person is suspicious," and added poison to the wine. "Take him away immediately to be served his punishment." I didn't poison the wine. Edmund laid on the floor, barely clinging to life. Bastard, you're still talking back? Torben stepped on his face and sneered. Trash like you at the bottom of the food chain are just our toys. Your life is in my hands. I'm in a bad mood today, so I'm going to make sure you wish for death.